Hi, everybody. We're back.
We're back.
Hi,
Hi, Julie. Julie, my princess.
how are you doing, Queenie? You still got the halo?
I still got it. I don't have a crown, so I'm making do.
Have
That's
you
all.
been an angel this week? Have you been good?
I've been trying. No, that's what I'm going to say. I've been trying.
That works for this time of life right now. And happy Mother's Day. We celebrated yesterday.
Oh, yes. Always happy. I mean, my children are my greatest blessing. You know that, Julie.
Well, and you're the world's greatest mom. I actually wrote a story called Best Mom. It's in the Best Mom Ever book. So
yes,
you are the greatest mom because it's in the book.
Well,
you don't have to put me.
I'm not going to take credit for that, but I thank you anyway. And I know we've got a lot of best moms out there.
Well, you're definitely one. It's in Chicken Soup, so it's definitely
well,
legit.
I see the posts from all my Facebook friends about their moms, and it's just wonderful how they feel and how they remember so many good times together. And we had a lot of them growing up too. I always loved Mother's Day. When you were little, I had homemade gifts and cards that were so precious. And you know me, I saved most of them.
I'm pretty sure I'd move them multiple times. And some of them I think maybe in my basement.
I think they are. There's a lot of things in your basement.
A lot of things in the basement. So we're talking about moms with Mother's Day yesterday and this idea of selflessness, because moms really represent that word so well. They give up their life for their kids, sometimes their careers.
Yes.
And putting themselves first. The kids always come first. So this whole idea of selflessness embodied in a mother.
Yes, and I don't think that they mind. It's something that's inbred when you have a child. It's just such a special gift that you don't even think about what you're doing. You do it, and whether you're rich or poor, or we had some hard times when you were growing up. You may not remember, but your brothers had jobs, and I often had to borrow money from them just to make things go till the end of the month. And you don't forget those things, really. And then when you had your first job, you went out and bought me all these new clothes. It was like Christmas. And I keep getting so many beautiful things. But the most beautiful thing, of course, is my child. And that's something that you can't buy, really.
And you deserve every one of those outfits, Mama.
Oh,
you sacrificed so much with all of us, 7 kids growing up. So there were a lot of sacrifices. So thank you.
I didn't think about it. I didn't think I was sacrificing. We were just having a good life. And we did have fun. I was very strict, as you remember. Your brother Tom used to salute me. And and that was funny. And then every time you and your sisters were young, every time they'd come in from an after school job, it was time for them to eat. And even though I had fed you earlier, you climbed up at the counter and thought it was time for you to eat again. And then we had the bathtub rendezvous every night. Your brothers took you up with me, and 3 in a tub, 3 men in a, or 3
girls in a tub, rub-a-dub-dub. Wow.
Yeah, it was a routine that we had, but it was great, and I have so many good memories. I wouldn't trade them for anything, and I'm sure that you have your share too with Carolyn and Nathaniel.
Yes, and absolutely.
I was around for some of those, especially in Japan, and so you just keep them in your heart always.
Absolutely. And this idea of selflessness, I just think that you embody so well, Mom, and so many mothers. And it's something that after you do for a while, it becomes a way of life, because even though your kids have been grown for a long time, I still see you as a selfless person of putting others first. Even now during this virus, you're making phone calls, you're trying to encourage people. I know you had a bad technology day one day, and then you felt guilty. You actually felt guilty because you didn't get your calls in that day. Like,
No,
it's
I
crazy.
spent
If
so
you
much
are not
time.
doing your little activities to help someone, you feel bad about it. So
Yeah, but
wonderful.
I get so much out of that. I don't realize that I'm making a difference for someone else because it makes a difference for me.
Mhm.
Just like our follies when we go out, I always say we have more fun than the audience, and you're there.
I think that's the thing about when you do a selfless act, it comes back to you. The
It does.
feeling of helping someone is so wonderful, and we all who have done that know that. And
Yes.
I have
It's so
actually met a woman in our building who she's a mom, and she has been making masks, face masks, these
Oh,
here.
oh my.
And it started with a couple of pieces of fabric from a neighbor, and she's made over 1,800.
Oh my word.
And
Oh
talk about selfish. She has cerebral palsy, so she can't see
gosh.
very well. But she's given them all away. So my story, there'll be a
Oh,
story this week about her called Pieces and Threads. And
oh
she's
yes.
had a really rough life, but her whole goal is to help somebody else and
Yeah.
pay it forward. And that act of selflessness has been so fulfilling. She says, Julie, I feel like I'm finding my purpose. Like, she just
Yeah.
can't do much because of her cerebral palsy, but she can
Yeah.
still. And I think God
Oh,
uses us wherever we are, whatever stage,
yes.
whatever gifts.
That's
So
right.
what an incredible example, my new friend Tammy. So
Oh,
I've been trying to help her behind the scenes. So we all have
oh.
different gifts. I can't sew. I
Yeah.
sewing
I
machine.
can't.
Have
No,
you
I
made
can't either.
cookies or a couple of
Oh,
fabric? I don't know what I'd probably tie it together. I get my
yeah.
tape
Yeah.
out and I'll make,
Yep.
but
That's it.
that's not my gift. But my gift
Oh,
is communication. So I've been
yes.
able to help her through a story, through getting a Facebook
Oh,
page set up. So we all can
oh,
do something.
yes.
We can all
Yes.
do something, especially during this time,
Oh,
to help somebody.
that's right. We all bring something to the party, and that's what's so nice. Uh, it's even good during this time when some people have it so hard with their job gone, money isn't there. I mean, we don't realize what they're going through, but I see pictures all the time on TV about food banks and people taking food right from their own cupboards and giving it to others, Julie. So it is a learning time for us too, and maybe that's part of it all. I don't know. So I'm just praying all the time that this can end and we can go back to a normal life if there is one, and just be grateful for what we have. And
Yes, it's a shot of gratefulness for sure, because we have such a wonderful life, and then it all
oh,
of a sudden came to this halt.
yeah,
And for
yeah,
the first couple weeks, I think most people enjoyed time at home, family time, but
yes,
now it's kind of dragging on. And
yeah,
but you
it
do see
is.
a lot of selfless acts. You see a lot of people donating their time, donating
It's
their money, donating their gifts, like my friend
yeah,
Tammy, sewing masks.
yeah.
I mean, it's just, you can really see people's hearts.
Oh,
When
yes.
difficult times arise, it's also a very revealing time.
It's brought out a lot of good in people,
Yes.
even the ones that post beautiful flowers on the Facebook. And I get a chance to scroll down and see these gorgeous flowers, scriptures, encouragement of all kinds. And you get to see what these people actually have inside. I mean, you at first glance, they're just another friend or something, but it brings out the best in people.
Mhm.
Maybe there's a negative to some of it.
Well, sometimes Facebook brings out the worst too, but
Yeah,
we can be a light wherever we are. And that
yeah.
in your posts, if people listening have not found Dancing Grammy's page, you're missing out, because I love your little messages every day, and they're so
Oh,
cute. We're putting our Porchcasts out there as well. So
yes, yes.
yeah,
And
just whatever you can
we're,
do to brighten somebody's day. And it's
that's
living
right.
really, when we think of selflessness, it's really a way of life, right? It's
That's
living,
right.
it's this idea of living beyond yourself. And I used to love pulling up to my kids' school at Brebeuf and seeing men and women for others. And that's
Yes,
what my goal was with my kids. It's their character. I want them to live beyond themselves, to be a
yes,
contributor to whatever organization, whether it's a school, a church, a business, whatever they're
exactly.
involved in, to be a contributor and to help make it better,
That's
whatever
right.
it is. And
Well,
so
you
that was,
set the example, Julie, and they followed. Your children have big hearts and caring. Uh, I've seen them grow up, and I know where they get it from. And just
well, I
keep on living the way you do and sharing and giving your whole life now, even your Bible studies and the book club and the singles group. I mean, it keeps you going, but in a good way. You're
Oh, it's very
sharing.
fulfilling. Yeah. And I think as
Yeah.
moms, you're right. The example is so important. And
Yes,
we
exactly.
all are an example every time we walk out our door. And are
Exactly.
we giving an example and leaving a positive example of somebody living beyond ourselves? This whole idea
Right.
of selflessness that I think many mothers so represent. So we don't have to be a mother to be selfless, obviously, but we all have it. But you really embody it.
Oh, thank you, Julie. I'm a work in progress. That's what I always say. I haven't made much progress yet, but I'm
What
working
are you
on it.
talking about?
So, yeah.
We talked about grow last week.
Oh yes,
You're
yes.
okay. First of all,
I'm,
you're doing great on the technology front.
oh,
Setbacks are part of technology, and
ah,
it's going to get better every time you're
well,
learning. We're learning and growing. We're growing in our skills. We're growing in our character. This is a character building time with this
it
virus.
is. It
Because
is,
it's a
Julie.
difficult time, and whenever we face difficulties, those are growth opportunities. I mean, this is really an
Exactly.
opportunity. So we're all a work in
Well,
progress. Here we are.
yeah, here we
So,
are. I'm throwing you a kiss
oh, this
and
is
to
it.
everybody else.
Kisses. We're
Okay.
throwing kisses and
Kisses.
hugs. I
Yes.
hope you had a wonderful
And
Mother's Day.
yes, yes.
And I
And
got the
many
best mom
wonderful
ever.
days ahead.
Yes.
That's, not only on Mother's Day,
Right.
every day is a gift. And that's why I'm so happy, I guess. It is a gift. And we'll see you later. The
Okay.
Queen will return.
The
And
queen
that,
will return.
yes, yeah. All
Okay. Take
righty.
care, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Yes. Bye
Bye.
bye.